Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kevin Owasu Itoe. I try to empower myself to empower others, right? So I do self-directed education, right? So I try to do some self-education, right? And I try to share what I learn. And in doing so, aim to inspire others, aim to empower others to do the same, right? Because the world we are in is changing at a very fast pace, especially around technology and around our jobs, right? So we have to be relearning new skills. So you have to be comfortable with learning, right? So this video I am doing just now and any subsequent video is just around a discussion, right? I'm not teaching you anything. I am simply sharing what I learn, and it's kind of a discussion video, okay? And so today I came across what you call deep learning, right? Deep learning. I have been practicing this for a while because I also did come across what we call deliberate practice. Deliberate practice. So it goes along the lines of you learn something, you reflect on it, you practice it, you take action, so implement, and you share. Now the sharing is important, right? The sharing is important because that's the output, right? That's the output. So there is the input of learning, which is through reading books, reading manuals, or so taking in information, right? Through blogs, through videos as well. So various methods of learning, right? So that's all your input, right? So if you do a lot of input without any output, you're doing what's called shallow learning, right? Shallow learning. And an example of this could be with students, right? I've done it myself as well, right? The shallow learning is when you're going through coursework and you're highlighting all these things that you think you're learning, right? And you look at it and you go, oof, I've learned quite a lot. But then when you get to the test, you cannot, with our methods of education out there just now, which is you just regurgitate what you've just, it's about memorizing and then reproducing what you've memorized, right? Which is all flawed anyway. But that's an example of shallow learning, right? Shallow learning. You cannot recall what you've just learned because when it's in front of you, you think you know it, right? Your brain has that illusion that you know it, and that's something as well. It's illusion of competence. That's what it's called, illusion of competence, right? So you're thinking that you know something when you don't. You don't really, and that comes with the test, right? So that's the input part of it, right? The output part of it is where you actually take action and you actually implement and you actually share, right? So that's the output. You want to be doing more of the output, and when you do like maybe a bit of input, you do more of the output. So you can scale that whatever way you want it, right? So yeah, so that's deep learning, and it's the same thing it's the same premise around deliberate practice, right? So yeah, I thought I share this so that most of us do deep learning out there instead of doing the shallow learning, right? And I think this is what makes people success. Yeah, so you could define success around continuous learning, right? Because continuous learning, I think that's one of the unique traits or unique things about successful people, like extremely successful people, right? They all have that one thing, which is they don't stop learning. So they are continuously learning, right? And that's what me and you should adopt, right? Continuous education, continuous learning, relearning, learn how to learn, right? I've made videos on this before, but yeah, I just thought I'd come in and discuss or just talk about this, right? Especially keeping you company with us having to work from home and all that stuff, right? We just talk about stuff and get ourselves thinking, and yeah, and that's what I try to do, right? I try to It also helps you take yourself up to another level, right? Another level. So and it keeps you focused, it keeps you, motivated and all that stuff. When you're learning, that's it. It keeps you fresh, it keeps you thinking and stuff. And we should do more of that, right? So that's what I try to encourage people to do as well. And yeah, so my name is Kevin Owasu Itoe. I'll sign out now, and hopefully I've put something across that will get you thinking, right? So this is just a discussions, right? A discussion chat, and just to get you thinking, and try and pass something along as well that I've just learned, right? Now, in doing this, I am actually also doing more of an output, right? So I'm retaining stuff by talking about it, right? So I'm not just reading about it and then trying to not put any output out there. So I'm doing my output now, and I'm sharing, right? So I'm sharing, and please give some feedback, right? And that feedback, see, that's a kicker. The feedback now tells you more, so people agree, people disagree, share point of view, or so this is nothing new, right? These are nothing. I probably will not share anything new, but it's just to make sure that you are aware of this stuff, and you are also continuously improving yourself by continuous learning, particularly towards self-directed education, right? Self-directed education, because you can empower yourself the way you want, to empower yourself, right? So, or the way you want to steer your life, right? Steer your life. So, my name is Kevin Owasu Itoe. Hope I've added some value to your life today. Something like that, anyway. So, stay blessed and stay safe. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, and I will say bye.